Anybody talking? It's 24 so far. That's pretty good.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our June board meeting for CB8. I'm Yrsa Weatherspoon, the chair, and I welcome you. We're going to call this meeting to order at this time at 6:15. And at this time, I'd like to also acknowledge our elected officials or their representatives to have something to say to us, bring some information. So the first person that I noticed was Assembly Member Farah Forrest. Assembly Member? Okay. When she is able, we'll get back to her. Um, any any of our officials or reps that would like to speak at this time, you can raise your hand.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Kara Clark has her hand up.
Thank you. Hello, Ms. Clark. Welcome. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hello. Thank you for welcoming me. Can you hear me?
Yes. Ms. Clark is the Chief of Staff of State Senator Risport. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Here to represent the senator tonight, and hoping to share with you all some highlights of the outcomes of the most recent legislative session. I did send over a PowerPoint presentation that I wanted to go over briefly, if that's possible, either now or later in the program. I'm not sure what the agenda is, but yes.
Yes, you can start now with your PowerPoint. Let me find out if Ms. George has it plugged in and ready.
All right. Thank you so much.
She can share her screen. When did she send it to the board? It was after, I'm sure it was after 5.
It was sent. Yeah, it was sent.
Okay.
A little prior. So you can go right ahead, Ms. Clark. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Bear with me for a minute, everyone. I don't usually use WebEx, so I have to give my computer. Also, if at your convenience, if you want to let someone else go, I try to figure this out. More than happy to.
Okay, great. I will do that.
Yes.
Mr. Wright from Council Member Crystal Hudson's office.
Hey y'all, great to be here. Yeah, I'll just give a quick update on what the council member's been up to. So first off, last Thursday we introduced 4 bills that are central to Crystal's Black agenda. She wrote this during the campaign and released it. It's, I would say, one of her proudest pieces of work that she's put forward. But the idea behind the Black agenda is to put forth a number of policy ideas that work at uplifting and supporting Black folks in Brooklyn and the city at large, because she believes that when Black folks thrive, all folks thrive. So the 4 bills include a bill to increase access to doulas and midwives. So that bill was just introduced. Another is to create a task force to determine how to create universal childcare in the city for all kids under 5. The third bill is to prohibit discrimination against rent-regulated tenants. So a lot of folks in their buildings, they may have amenities that they're off limits to because they're rent-regulated and not market rate tenants. And so this bill would prohibit that. And then lastly, a resolution to declare June as Caribbean Heritage Month. This currently exists at the federal level. We want to make sure that our city, which is home to, I think, about 800,000 folks from the Caribbean, honors and uplifts their legacy and their work. So those are those four bills. And then a couple other things. We're going to have a bunch of events this month. So if you're not already signed up for our newsletter, you can sign up at our website. It's just council.nyc.gov/district35. There's a link there. But we'll have events for Pride. We have a Father's Day event, and we have a Caribbean Heritage Month event coming up at the end of the month. And then lastly, for any folks either on the call or that you know who needs housing help, we have a housing specialist on staff who is going to come in every Wednesday from 12 to 6:30 at our office at 55 Hanson Place. You can reach out to me directly and I can make sure that, folks get an appointment, but we want to make sure that folks have the ability to, everything from renew their SCREE or DREA exemption, apply for affordable housing lottery, you name it, we can help them with that. So that's all I have for today. And I know I won't be seeing folks again for another couple months. So just want to say, really great to have to get to know everyone on this committee board, and looking forward to our continued partnership and working with y'all.
Madam Chair, we have Kevin Lawrence who has his hand up.
Madam Chair, I believe you're muted.
Thank you. Ms. Clark, are you ready?
I think I'll just have to give my updates verbally
Okay.
about the presentation. I'm sorry. I feel so flustered and disappointed because it's very
okay.
beautiful.
Okay.
All right. So
Well, when you forward, if you don't have the opportunity, we will get that beautiful presentation out to everyone. So if you want to make your comments now, or we take someone else, that's up to you.
I can go now and give my comments
Okay.
briefly.
Great. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, everyone, for your time. A couple of updates from your state senator. First, on the issue of mayoral control of our public schools. Mayoral control has been extended for 2 years, so this means that the mayor retains control of PEP. And once this 2 years expires of mayoral control, the Commissioner of Education is going to review the efficacy of this decision that the legislature voted on. Also, someone may not be muted, just so you know. The next update I want to give regards gun violence, to let you all know that this session, the Senate passed legislation to reduce gun violence that includes restrictions to purchasing semi-automatic rifles, and also implementing the practice of microstamping ammunition, and also expanding the definition of firearm to include newer types of guns. Also, specific to the senator's district, we were given $100,000 of grant money that is being dispersed by DCJS, Division of Criminal Justice Services, that the senator has put into violence interrupter programs for our community. And then also, in addition, the Senate has allocated each member an additional, $50K to put towards violence interruption in our district. And this is a continuation of funding that was given last year via the Community Violence Intervention Act. Also, regarding abortion rights, to let you all know that that New York State will be allowing legal protections for women seeking abortion from other states, and also increased legal protection for abortion providers in our state of New York. Lastly, just a reminder about elections. On June 28th is the primary to elect our governor, lieutenant governor, and state assembly officials. And then August 23rd is your opportunity to vote for officials for Congress and state Senate. As a reminder, you have to be registered for a political party to participate in these, and I believe if you are not registered at this time, it may be too late. And if there is a chat function, I'm going to look for that now, and I'm just going to share basic contact information for our office so you can reach us. Thank you for the time. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Very happy to be here.
Thank you. You actually can put that in the Q&A, Ms. Clark. Thank you. All right. Okay, and next, Kevin Lawrence, representing Assembly Member Farrah Forrest.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you again for letting me speak for Assemblywoman Farrah Forrest. Hope everyone is doing great this and have a joyous weekend. I am Farrah's district organizer. Here's a message from our Assemblywoman. I can imagine all of us is shaken by the heroic shooting that took place in Buffalo, New York, and in Texas. Our city hasn't been spared from the terror that many of our families have experienced across the country. I will do everything in my power to push legislation that keeps our families safe and the guns out of people's hands. Happy Juneteenth, happy Pride Month, and also happy Gun Violence Awareness Month. I will briefly on some end of the session updates, some programs that have that could be useful for working families, and how you could get involved in helping our district. A few session updates. The Assembly has passed two of Farrah's bills, which is a great. Families of college students who receive Pell are now eligible for a $30 a month discount on internet services. The students themselves can claim a $100 discount with purchasing a computer, which is possible by the Biden administration recently announced an Affordable Connectivity Program. We hope that you can help us spread the word, because if the students did not sign up for this federal program, you will be unfortunately miss out. Attached to my email, I can give you my email address, will be lawrencek@newyorkassembly.gov. You can reach out to me and I can send you the links for that program. Our office is always looking for volunteers and many constituent cases from our outreach events. We're having a new volunteer event July 13th. If you could sign up at bit.ly/FarrahVols, VOLS 2022, and you can sign up for any volunteer cases. We're offering free COVID tests and we're working with NYCHA residents and other developments, and we could not do this without any of our volunteers. So if you want to, you can also email me at Kevin Lawrence, lawrencek@newyorkassembly.gov. If you would like to join our newsletter, we're taking a break until after election. But again, June 28th is election. Please don't forget to go vote for our Assembly, our Senate, and our governor. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other of our officials or reps, elected officials, that would like to say something?
Yes, Karen Chambers is on the phone from the DA's office.
Hi, greetings, Ms. Chambers.
Greetings, everyone. I bring you greetings from the District Attorney's Office, Eric Gonzalez. I have one announcement to make. I'll be very brief tonight. We are having a cannabis town hall meeting. It's going to be on June 15 at 6 until 8 p.m. It will be on the Universal Temple Church of God, 1403 Eastern Parkway. If you want to hear the laws about cannabis and what is right and what is wrong, please come out. The DA will be there, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone. Thank you. Have a safe summer, and I'll see you in the fall.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Elected officials or their reps? Oh, hello. I see your hand up, Assemblymember Forrest. Did you want to say something? Unmute? Are you able to unmute? Oh, no.
Hey, thank
There
you.
you go.
Oh,
Okay.
because I'm not used to WebEx, and then it's definitely not WebEx on the computer. Thank you so much. You heard from Kevin. I was running around here trying to make dinner and still you on this call. So just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone. There's 1 or 2 reps that came to my last picnic in May. We're going to have our next one in July. We hope that you come out. I know that our the community boards end at the end of June, but we are still throwing events during the summer. So please keep in touch with the office to hear more updates on some of our more upcoming events. So that's all. Hi.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Okay, you're gonna have to
And you enjoy
unmute
your
me.
summer.
You have to mute me now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Do we have any other officials who would like to speak or say something? Mr. Henderson?
I'm waiting for the community leaders part. I'm sorry, I'm not an official. Sorry.
Okay, but you can speak.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi,
Yeah,
everyone.
please.
CBA, thank you so much, Madam Chair. This is Jamel Henderson. I am honored to be of service. I see my amazing colleague Susan Patterson on, who is our DYCD coordinator director for Neighborhood Advisory Board 8, where I currently serve as the chair. Neighborhood Advisory Board provides low residents, residents of low income communities with opportunity to help DYCD identify funding priorities that are greatly needed in our community. I have been in this role for quite some time, and to be honest, we're looking to really grow our board to having active members so we can make sure that the funding for DYCD is properly handed into organizations that really are doing the work in our communities. So just like CB8 is in full alignment with Neighborhood Advisory Board 8. So we're looking for some active people to join us. You can reach out to myself or Susan Patterson, who's here, and you can get our emails, but we really look forward to having you all as we look forward to start a new season as an active board, really making sure that we provide the funding, that's needed for our community. So thank you all so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Yes, Ms. Patterson?
Yes, I want to add it. This is the first time we're going to be doing electronic surveys for the entire city. This is going to help all agencies understand what their social service needs are going to be. We're going to be releasing this in about 2 weeks as we are working on the other 11 languages. And again, this is electronic. This is huge for us. So stay tuned. We're going to send that information to the board.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
You're muted, Madam Chair. We
Madam
can't
Chair,
hear
you're
you.
muted.
Thank you. So this is a good time, exciting time in our in this meeting. We want to introduce you to our new board members and welcome them. So when I call your name, if you could just introduce yourself and just say a few words and let us know what part of CB8 you're in. Okay, so we have Miss Abasenya Asukwo. Are you here with us?
Hi, yes, I'm here. Sorry, I joined a bit late. Yeah, this is my first meeting. I moved to the neighborhood about a year ago, and I definitely just want to get involved with everything. So yeah, thank you for welcoming me.
Welcome. Okay. Next we have Mr. Jacques Brunville.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madam Chair. Good evening, Community Board 8. My name is Jacques, and I'm happy to be one of the newest members on the board. I live on the border between Crown Heights and Prospect Heights, and I've lived here for about 2 years now, but I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Canarsie, but happy to be now in Crown Heights. And I've always been an active member in my community, so definitely looking to get involved in any way that I can. See, the Public Safety Committee is something that I'm interested in, and also parks. So thank you for having me, and I'm happy to be on board. Thank you.
Wonderful. I see that you already know where you want to go, so that's great.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next we have Mr. Michael Francois.
Yeah, hey everybody. Hope you can hear me okay. Super
Yes, we
excited to
can.
be here. I'm in Crown Heights, and I've moved here within the past year. I actually come to you guys via Lower Manhattan. I was serving on Manhattan Community Board 1 for the past, gosh, 3.5, almost 4 years. So excited to get involved here with CB8, get to know you all, learn more about the issues of our neighborhood. Hi.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next, we have Colin Jacobsic.
Hello, yes, I'm Colin. Thank you. I've lived in the community board for 8 years or so now. I'm currently in the Broward Park area. And yeah, I just want to learn, want to go deeper, want to see how I can help. And I work in sustainability. And if any of you compost at Franklin Avenue on Thursdays, that's me you've seen there. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Great. Welcome. Thank you. All right. Next up is Miss Kiana Morse.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Are you still there? Ms. Morris?
Yes.
Can you hear us? Yes. So just introduce yourself in a couple words.
I represent Weeksville.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Next, we have Kadesa Ramarak. Please tell me if I did that right. Help me out. Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
It's Ramrak.
Ramrak, okay.
Evening, guys. My name is actually Dr. Ramarak. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist. I'm a Brooklyn girl, born and raised, representing Crown Heights. I had to get my shirt. Hey.
All right.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm definitely joining the Health and Human Services. So, yeah,
Awesome.
I'm happy to be here and happy to work with you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We're welcoming each and every one of you. We're happy you're here. Next up, we have Pebbles Russell.
Hi, everyone. I live in North Crown Heights. I've lived here for 3 years and in the city for almost 20 by way of Washington, D.C. When I lived prior to living in Brooklyn 9 years ago, I lived in the Lower East Side and did a lot of work with Community Board 3 and the First Street Block Association on starting a public art project. So I definitely have interest and experience in art, public art. And that's also what I do on 9 to 5. So that service industry, some SLA stuff, working with after school programs and the Lower East Side Girls Club. Yeah, I'm just really excited to be here and want to get to know everyone on this board and the neighborhood better and just work for my community. So thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next up is Miss Nicole Tetro. Did I do that right?
Yes, you did. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
I'm Nicole.
Welcome.
It's actually Tatro, close enough.
Okay.
And thank you for introducing me. I have lived in Crown Heights for about 3 years. I'm on the back end of Crown Heights near the Weeksville section. I have an urban studies background and an architecture background, and I've had a really good experience these past 3 years with my community, but I have noticed a couple of things that I would like to improve upon. So that's why I'm here. I'm happy to meet all of you and work with you together. And yeah, thank you for inviting me to join.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. We have, last but not least, Zara Fanny. Are you here, Miss Fanny?
Hi. Yes,
Hello.
I am. Nice to meet
Hello.
all of you. Nice to hear all of your voices. My name is Zara, and I live in Crown Heights, and my background is in research.
Great. Thank you so much. Again, welcome all of you. We're looking for always fresh ideas and willing hands, your creative talents. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on board. Okay, so I'm going to ask Ms. Najani to do the roll call.
Good evening, and I will try to do as good a job with the names as my chair just did, but if I have a problem, please excuse me.
Okay, thank you.
Andrews,
Present.
Absenio Asuko,
Present.
Desmond Atkins, Lisa Atkinson.
Present.
Thank you. Princess Ben James,
Present. Good evening.
thank you. Julia Boyd, Gail Branch Mohammed,
Here.
Marva Brown Henry, Jacques Brunville. Did
Present.
Ms. Henry say present?
No, I don't believe Miss Henry said present. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robert Callahan,
Present.
Nora Daniel,
Present.
thank you. Diane Duke,
Present.
thank you. Andrea Ferris,
Present.
thank you. Michael Francoeur, am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, thank you. Fred Frazier, Drew Gabriel,
Present.
thank you. Tamika Gibbs, Najani Granville present. Ajini Harris Blenman,
Present and good evening, everyone.
Colin Jacobic.
Present.
Now, what's the correct pronunciation of your last name?
It's Jakubczyk.
Jakubczyk. Okay,
Yes,
I will try to remember that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zerzima Jordan.
Present.
Thank you. Regina Kinsley. Excuse me, Regina Kinsley. Kinsey. Sorry about that. Did she say anything? Frances Langley.
Present.
Thank you. Dr. Sarah Lazur. Kwazi Menza.
Here.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Kiana Morse.
Here.
Alicia Nocenzo. Pierre Ortiz Joyner.
Fiora present.
Dr. Kadesa Ramarak.
Here, present.
How do you say your last name again?
It's Kadisa Ramarak.
Kadisa Ramarak.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yaya Raji. Celine Rosado.
Present.
Thank you. Pebbles Russell.
Present.
Thank you. Adam Sachs.
Police finding 3 dead. Another victim critically injured.
Ryan Saunders.
Seen until police chased him down.
Gunshots were straight.
Meredith Staten.
And the trooper both were injured.
Excuse me. I'm just going to ask. I don't know if it's just Patterson. If you could mute yourself. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ms. Granville.
Meredith Staten.
Next, the police officer charged with murder during traffic stop at Grand
Nicole
Christopher Sherman.
Catra.
No, correct. Present.
Mrs. Alice Perez in Grand Rapids.
Zara, is it Danny or Thani?
Present.
Okay, now what's the correct pronunciation for your last name?
Connie,
Okay, thank you.
of course.
Mark Thurton.
Here.
Thank you. Greg Todd.
Here.
Thank you. Ethel Tyus.
committee appears to be convinced that this will land with the American people and that there
Give
will
Bocconi.
be reveal.
Present.
They've been investigating.
Thank you. E. Villas.
For sure, there'll be a new video that we talked about, but I think perhaps what will really stick out are those steps
Kimberly Watson.
the committee has done with people very close to Donald Trump, including
Present.
Trump, Donald Trump Jr.
Issa Weatherspoon.
You see excerpts of those depositions tonight in this hearing.
Sharon Wedderburn. Thank you.
Present.
Thank you.
The entire political team.
Robert Witherwax.
Present. I'm hearing.
Thank you.
Right here on ABC. That's
Deborah Young.
5 Pacific, of course. So stay right here with us tonight. One more note tonight involving January
Goma
6th.
Zuniga.
Michigan, a Republican candidate for governor tonight.
Ms. Kinsey is here, thank you.
Okay. And I'm hearing some undercurrent. Someone needs to mute themselves. I'm not
Yes,
sure who
Ms.
that is.
Patterson. Yeah, Ms. Patterson, if you
Yes.
can hear us, can you please mute yourself?
Hello? Hello?
Kinsey? Is this Ms.
Yes,
Kinsey?
I'm present.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
we
present.
we got you. Thank you, Ms. Kinsey.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yes. Okay, great. I think she was able to mute herself.
Okay, Miss Witherspoon, I didn't hear my name.
Oh, Miss Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get Miss Hall, Miss Granville? She's here.
Thank you, Ms. Tate Hall. I thought I had, but perhaps I forgot. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great. How are we with the quorum, please?
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, I just want to let you know that our minutes for May will be submitted next week for your review. So look out for them. Thank you. So now we will be hearing, before I do that, I notice we do have a representative from the 43rd Assembly, Brian Cunningham's rep, Raul Rothblatt. Mr. Rothblatt? Okay. Maybe he stepped away for a moment. Okay. Next that I've noticed is representative for Darlene Mealy, council member. Hello, representative from council member Mealy's office. Would you like to give us a word, please? Okay. So if you get the opportunity, we'll call you back for to speak. So, Mr. Rothblatt, are you ready?
Hi, sorry about this. My apologies, but thank you.
You're coming in a little scratchy. You're coming in a little scratchy.
Hold on. Is this a little better?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to, I already thanked everyone for being here. We've had a very busy time in Albany. The Assembly member has been introducing tons of legislation, and I'm sorry, my connection is probably bad, so I will be brief about that. We have started with community engagement sessions. So we had a forum the other day. So on the Tuesdays in June, we will be inviting people to join us on Facebook to ask questions of the Assembly member. We also have on Saturday coming up a Father's Day event, and on Juneteenth, I'm very excited. Unfortunately, it's not in Community Board 8, but it is. We are going to be doing a Juneteenth event starting at the African Burial Ground, the Flatbush African Burial Ground, moving to Parkside Plaza. I think this is an important new part of our history to reveal and to celebrate. So I'm very excited that we're doing that. But I remain very active doing constituent services. I'm the Director of Constituent Affairs. So please call me with your questions and send people my way. If you know anybody with any problems, we will try to deal with anybody. And my number remains 718-771-3105, 718-771-3105. And that's it for now. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you so much for the information. Okay, we're going to move to our action items. So I'm going to ask for Land Use Chair Weatherburn.
Good evening, everyone. The Land Use Committee met last Thursday, and we discussed an application for 280 Sterling Place, which is a one-story rear yard extension. Jeff Sherman, the architect for the applicant, presented, and the committee supported it because it's part of their application of lower 2 floors, and it's a full extension of that deck. So, you know, the width of the dwelling. The committee unanimously supported the application, as well as Prospect Heights Neighborhood Development Neighborhood Council. They too also had no objections to it. The neighbors who were present had no objections to it. And as such, the committee unanimously voted in favor of it and asked that the full board does the same.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments with this action item? Yeah, seeing none or hearing none, I'm going to ask for a motion.
Move that we adopt the committee's recommendation.
Ortiz
I'll
Jr., I
second it.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Bocconi and Ms. Ortiz. Ms. Granville, can you do the vote, please?
Abstenio. Assequo.
Hi, yes, I missed the question.
Did you hear the action item itself?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Would you repeat the action item, Ms. Wedderburn?
Certainly. The application, it comes from 280 Sterling Place, located in the Prospect Heights neighborhood. It is an application of an alteration of its rear yard extension. It's a full width application. Prospect Heights Neighborhood Development Council had no complaints or had no objections, I should say. Neighbors were supportive, and the committee unanimously voted in favor of this item. We are asking the board to do the same, to approve this matter.
Can't hear you,
You're
Madam
muted,
Chair.
Ms. Weatherburn.
All right, thank you. Thank you for repeating the action item, Ms. Wedderburn. Mr. Bocconi made the motion to accept, and Ms. Fior Ortiz seconded. So we're going to start the voting again.
Andrews.
Yes.
Abstenio. Assequo.
Hi, yes, I also accept.
Desmond Atkins. Lisa Atkinson.
Yes.
Princess Ben James.
Yes.
Julia Boyd. Gail Branch Muhammad,
First, we want to see specific hands.
Marva Brown Henry,
It's gonna wait for- Attorneys have been prohibited.
Jock Brunville,
Yes.
Robert Callahan,
Yes.
Nora Daniel,
Yes.
Diane Duke,
Yes.
Andrea Ferris,
Yes.
Michael Francoeur,
Yes.
Fred Frazier, Drew Gabriel,
Yes.
Tamika Gibbs, Najani Granville, yes. Igenie Harris Blenman,
Yes.
Colin Jakubczyk,
Yes.
Zerzima Jordan,
Yes.
Regina Kinsey,
Yes. Yes.
Francis Langley,
Yes.
Dr. Sarah Lazore, Quasi Menza, Kiona Morse, Alicia Nacenzo, Fior Ortiz Joyner,
Yes.
Dr. Cadessa Ramharick. Am I any closer?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll work on it. No worries. We'll get
Okay.
We'll get there, right?
Okay. Yaya Raji, Selena Rosado, Pebbles Russell,
Yes.
Adam Sachs, Ryan Saunders, Meredith Staten, Audrey Tate Hall,
Yes.
Nicole Trey.
Tetro. Correct. Yes.
Okay. Zara Thani,
Yes.
Mark Thurton, Greg Todd,
Yes.
E. Villas, Kimberly Watson,
Yes.
Issa Weatherspoon.
You skipped
Yes.
Bocconi. Give Bocconi.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Gib Coney,
Yes.
Sharon Wedderburn,
Yes.
Robert Witherwax,
Yes.
Deborah Young,
He's excused today.
Vilma Zuniga.
I didn't hear Kim Watson.
I said yes.
Okay, thank you.
This is Celine. I say yes. My thing didn't mute on time.
Sorry, who was that just registered their vote?
Celine, my
Celine Rosado.
yes.
Hello.
Thank
So
you.
it passed. Thank you.
Hey,
33
honey,
in
how
favor.
are you?
Thank you, everyone. I also would like to remind the board that the Land Use Committee is one of the committees that continues to meet in both July and August. So we will be
very interesting.
we will be meeting
on
on
the WebEx on my computer.
1 second. Ms. Patterson, can you stay muted? Because we can hear your whole conversation.
I keep muting her. She keeps unmuting herself.
Okay, yeah, please don't, yeah, because we have people speaking and your voice is competing with who's speaking. If you could just mute.
So once again, I just wanted to remind
Thank
the
you.
board that the Land Use Committee is one of the committees that meets both in July and August. We will be meeting on July 7th and August 4th at our usual time, 6:15. Stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Ms. Weatherburn. Next up is SLAC, for which I'm chair. My vice chair is Robert Witherwax. So could you please go over the action items, Mr. Witherwax?
With pleasure, Ms. Weatherspoon. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. The SLAC committee, which for our new members is the State Liquor Authority and Sidewalk Cafe Review Committee, or SLAC for short, met on Monday, June 6th, 2022 via WebEx virtual meeting platform. The committee discussed the following liquor license applications. We had 3 renewals, the first of which was Fawn at 606 Vanderbilt Avenue between Prospect and St. Mark's for a full license. The application is inclusive of their rear patio. The details include 13 tables with 32 seats and 1 service bar with 8 seats inside. Hours of operation, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday, closed on Monday. The rear yard is a 20 by 30 foot outdoor space with 14 tables and 32 seats that closes at 9 p.m. on Sunday and 10 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Our second renewal was MISC at 758 Franklin Avenue between Sterling and St. John's, a full liquor license application inclusive of recorded music. Details include 11 tables with 22 seats and 1 service bar with 7 seats. The hours of operation are 12:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Sunday, Friday, and Saturday, and 12:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday. The backyard space has 15 tables and 30 seats, closing at 9:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 10 p.m. Friday through Sunday. Our third renewal was for Oleastro, 784 Washington Avenue between Sterling and St. John's, a full liquor license application inclusive of both backyard seating and recorded music. The details include 10 tables with 20 seats, 1 service bar with 10 seats for a maximum capacity of 74 patrons. The hours of operations run from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. There is a 25 by 25 foot backyard space with 15 tables and 30 seats operating until 10 p.m. daily. Those were our renewals. Do we want to take a vote on those first and then we'll... Okay, Ms. Weatherspoon, you're muted.
We would like to take a vote, but before we do that, do we have any questions or concerns with these applications?
Time to go.
Okay, seeing or hearing none, I've asked for a motion.
Motion the board adopt the committee recommendation.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I second it.
That was Ms. Gail Branch Mohammed, and second, Givaconi's motion. Ms. Najani Granville, could you do the vote, please?
Linda Andrews,
Yes.
Absenia Sequo,
Yes.
Desmond Atkins, Lisa Atkinson,
Yes.
Princess Ben James, Julia Boyd, Gail Branch Mohammed,
Yes.
Marva Brown Henry, Jacques Brunville,
Yes.
Robert Callahan,
Yes.
Nora Daniel,
Yes.
Diane Duke,
Yes.
Andrea Ferris,
Yes.
Michael Francoeur,
Yes.
Fred Frazier, Drew Gabriel, Tamika Gibbs,
Yes.
Najani Granville, yes. Ajini Harris Blenman,
Yes.
Colin Jacobics,
Yes.
Zerzima Jordan, Regina Kinsey,
Yes.
Francis Langley,
Yes.
Dr. Sarah Lazar, Kwazi Menza,
Yes.
Kiana Morse, Elisa Nacenzo, Pierre Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Dr. Cadessa Ramharick,
Yes.
Yaya Raji, Celine Rosado,
Yes.
Pebbles Russell,
Yes.
Adam Sachs, Ryan Saunders, Meredith Staten, Audrey Tate Hall,
Yes.
Nicole
Tatro, yes.
Tatro, Zara Thaney,
Yes.
Mark Thurton,
Yes.
Greg Todd,
Yes.
Ethel Tyus, Gib Baconi,
Yes.
Eve Villas, Kimberly Watson,
Yes.
Issa Weatherspoon,
Yes.
Sharon Wedderburn,
Yes.
Robert Witherwax,
Yes.
Deborah Young, Vilma Zuniga.
In favor.
The motion passes 33 in favor, no abstentions, no objections.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Moving on to our new application for Possum Enterprises, which hopefully has nothing to do with the cuisine. 593A Vanderbilt Avenue for a beer, wine, and cider license. Application details include 6 tables with 12 seats, 1 service bar with 9 seats for a max patron capacity of 36. Hours of operation will be noon to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and noon to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. There will be a rear yard with 20 by 30 feet garden with 9 tables and 18 seats for a maximum capacity of 36. The hours of operation for the outdoor seating will be noon to 10 p.m. daily. There'll be 15 service employees. There was a stipulation on the committee's vote to not include any amplified outdoor sound in the rear space, which again is standard for how we proceed. Jesting aside, I do, correct me if I'm wrong, but the cuisine was going to be possibly a Peruvian take from an
Yes.
existing restaurant. Thank you. So that's the 593A Vanderbilt Avenue, establishment TBD. Any questions on the application? I should say the committee voted unanimously to approve.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any concerns or comments with this application? Hearing none, I ask for a motion, please.
Motion that the board accept the committee's recommendation.
Second. Second, Diane Duke.
Thank you, Ms. Duke. Ms. Granville, can you do the vote, please?
Linda Andrews,
Yes.
Absinia Osukwo,
Yes.
Desmond Atkins, Lisa Atkinson,
Yes.
Princess Ben James,
Yes.
Julia Boyd, Gail Branch Muhammad,
Yes.
Marva Brown Henry, Jacques Brunville,
Yes.
Robert Callahan,
Yes.
Nora Daniel,
Yes.
Diane Duke,
Yes.
Andrea Ferris,
Yes.
Michael Francoeur,
Yep. I'm a yes.
Damn it.
Fred Frazier, Drew Gabriel,
Yes.
Oh, sorry, man.
Tamika Gibbs,
on this shit.
Najani Granville, yes. Ajini Harris Blenman,
Yes.
Colin Jakobczyk,
Yes.
Zerzima Jordan,
Excuse me 1 second. Ms. Ferris, can you mute yourself, please?
Sorry.
No problem. Go ahead, Ms. Granville.
I had called Miss Jordan. Did she answer?
Yes.
Okay. Regina Kinsey,
Yes. Yes.
Francis Langley,
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Dr. Sarah Lazar, Kwazi Menza,
Abstain.
Kiana Morse, Alicia Nocenzo.
Did Ms. Morse
Yeah.
answer? I didn't hear Ms. Morse.
Okay. Did she answer?
Yes.
Okay. Alicia Nocenzo, Fiel Ortiz Joyner,
Yes.
Dr. Cadessa Ramharick,
Yes.
Yaya Raji, Celine Rosado,
Yes.
Pebbles Russell,
Yes.
Adam Sachs, Ryan Saunders, Meredith Staten, Audrey Tate Hall,
Yes.
Nicole Treto. Now I know
Yes.
that wasn't it. Sorry about that.
That was very close. That was fine. Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. Zara Thani,
Yes.
Mark Thurton,
Yes.
Greg Todd,
Yes.
Ethel Tyus, Gib Baconi,
Yes.
E. Villas, Kimberly Watson,
Yes.
Issa Weatherspoon,
Yes.
Sharon Wedderburn,
Yes.
Robert Witherwax,
Yes.
Deborah Young, Vilma Zuniga.
Thank you, Ms. Granville. I have the motion passing 32 in favor with 1 abstention.
Thank you.
The SLA committee had 1 more item, which was tabled due to facts that came up after the fact. And we will revisit them at our next committee meeting, which the SLA committee is one of the few committees that does meet during our summer recess. We're going to meet on the 25th of July, the last Monday in July. And hear any applications that have come in for the rest of June and in July. And hopefully do the committee's business in the summer. So look forward to seeing you then. Ms. Weatherspoon, thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Witterwax. Okay, I'd like to invite Naomi Hopkins from Councilmember Osei's office. Ms. Hopkins? You're muted. There you
Okay,
go.
sorry about that.
I've been
Good
doing it all evening.
We're only 2 years in, right?
Yeah, right?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naomi Hopkins. It is a pleasure to be here this evening. The council member is attending his brother's graduation, which is why he is not here in person, but he does send his regards and wishes everyone a happy and safe summer. I'm happy to hear that some of the committees will be meeting throughout the summer, so please continue to be communicative with our office as you always have been, so we can lend support wherever necessary. I'm gonna keep it short. I have a couple short announcements. One, we are hosting a summer movie series that will be at a few parks across the district. One will be at Von King Park and the new cultural center that will be officially open this summer. The other will be at Broward Park, and the third one will be at Restoration Plaza, where our office is located. If you are not on our mailing list, please feel free to send us an email, stop by the office, call the office to get put on the email list, and we will also keep CB8 updated about the dates and the times of those movies so that folks can come. It'll always be a nice family event. As far as services coming out of our office this summer, we're going to continue our weekly Wednesday wellness service. We also have a civil attorney that has a twice monthly residency in our office. It is extremely popular. I know that a lot of folks from Crown Heights have utilized this service. At this point, we try to work with them by appointment, call our office and make an appointment to ensure that you're seen, because it's so popular. Sometimes we have people waiting and the attorney has to leave. So the best way to ensure that you're, that you're seen is to make an appointment. Same with our housing organizers that we have. Everyone knows that housing is such a commodity in our community, in our city, period. So we do have a housing organizer that is there to answer questions, to give advice and best practices when it comes to, withholding rent and having to interact with landlords or, not so great landlords. So these are the major things that are happening right now. We are still in budget season. We're hoping to have a budget passed soon. We have the opportunity to fund a lot of our local CBOs and block associations this year that we're really excited about. And I'll wait for the council member to make those announcements when they are final. And that is what I had for us this evening. So thank you again, Naomi Hopkins from Councilmember Chi Osei's office. And I will recite the phone number. I'm pretty sure everyone here has it, but just in case, it is 718-919-0740. Again, that is 718-919-0740. I apologize if it's loud here. It's dinner time in my house, so the little people. And our email address, the general box is district36, DISTRICT, then the numbers 36 at council is COUNCIL.NYC.gov. District 36 at council.nyc.gov. So thank you so much for allowing me the time to make those announcements. And again, everyone, please have a happy and safe summer.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hopkins, for the information. Thanks for being here. Okay, now we're going to move to our presentations. First one would be from the Brooklyn Public Library, Nyla Rosario. Could you unmute and introduce yourself? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So my name is Nyla Rosario with the Brooklyn Public Library. I am the Senior Manager of Government and Community Affairs. I also want to introduce Alicia Pritchard, who's here. You want to unmute yourself and say hi, Alicia?
Hi, good night, everyone. How is everyone doing? Pleasure to be here.
Great. Thank you for being here, Ms. Pritchard.
So thank you so much. So thank you so much for having us. Welcome to all the new board members. I believe the last time we came to talk to you guys was right before the pandemic. So I have a lot to give, so I'm going to just jump into the presentation. I don't know if I'm able to share my screen.
Ms. George, does she have the ability?
Yes, she has it.
Excellent. Great.
All right, so here we go. WebEx is always tricky, but here we go. Let's see. Let me know while we do this if you can see my screen there.
It's coming.
Yep. There you go.
Perfect. That worked out. Sorry, and now I can't see my layout slideshow. Okay. Perfect. So I'm here to talk to you today about the new library at the Children's Museum, which is our new Brower Park Library. Like I said, last time I came to talk to you guys, it was about 2.5 years ago, and our project, we had just got a new design, and because of COVID, everything sort of shut down, as you know, so we had to put it on pause, but now we are back on track. So I'm here to give you sort of an update. For the new members, to sort of just recap why we needed a new library, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the history of the Brower Park Library. So it was opened in 1963. It actually was the smallest branch in our system. And for those of you that don't know, the Brooklyn Public Library system has a total of 62 locations. So Broward Park was our smallest, but it had our largest needs, actually. The building itself had over $5 million in needs. We needed a new roof, a new HVAC system, a new boiler. For those of you that remember, we had to close in the winter because it was too cold, and we had to close in the summer because it was too hot. So it was really a trouble branch. And it actually was one of the handful of branches that we have leased in our system. A large amount of our buildings are by the city, but this one was one that was leased. And as all of you can imagine, real estate in Brooklyn, especially in your district, is pretty. So we had a landlord that was a little bit troublesome and it was difficult. And because of all that, it was really hard for us to acquire the building. In order to purchase the building, it would have cost us about at least $3 million. So $3 million, including the over $5 million in needs, it was pretty pricey. So what we're really happy with this partnership that we have with the Brooklyn Children's Museum, because it really relieves us of using these $8 million for a building that the city didn't even own. So now we get the beauty of moving to a city-owned building a couple of blocks away, and that will be owned by the city. So with that, I'm going to move on to, I don't know if I could see the next screen. There we are. So the process. So as I mentioned, the last time I came to talk to you guys was over 2 years ago. But prior to that, for those of you that remember, these are some pictures of pre-COVID. So you see no mask, a lot of closeness happening there. So these are pictures of our community engagement. Our community engagement was actually pretty thorough. From the moment that we started exploring the idea of moving the library to the museum, we started having conversations with many of the board members here. And in addition to those conversations, we also had a series of community engagements. So they ranged from talking to seniors, we had teen parties, in which we had pizza for teens and they gave us their feedback. So really throughout the entire process up to through the design, the community was really something that we really considered and is in the forefront of this project. And I'm really proud to say that this is a project that really came from the community, and the result, I hope, is something that the community really enjoys. So with that, we'll talk a little bit about the partnership itself. So for more than a century, both the Brooklyn Public Library and the Children's Museum have been part of the community. And we're really happy to sort of partner with this institution. And we're really excited to say that our new library is scheduled to open finally in the fall. I don't have an exact date, but we're hoping by September, October. So when we have a new date, what we'll do is we'll definitely come back in September and give you guys all the details. The new library is going to be located on the ground floor of the Children's Museum, and we really hope that it's a branch that is going to be there for generations to come. The new branch is going to be a unique cultural resource, not only for the families and in the district, but also Central Brooklyn. And we really hope that visitors are going to be able to check out books, but also we're really excited about some fun collaborations with the Children's Museum. So here is the fun part. So here is a rendering of the children's room. So if you see here, this part here will be the children's area, and this is a rendering of the children's room looking north. So it's going to really be a cozy space for families. We really hope to have a lot of fun story times there. We're going to have some children's programming, of course, and Alicia will definitely talk more about all the great programs they have in mind already. So we really look forward to you coming there with your families. next, I'm going to show you a rendering of the reading room. So we're really excited because this new reading room is going to be so much more open. For those of you that remember the old Broward Park Library, it was built in the time of the 70s, where we had all these sort of Lindsay box libraries, and there was not a lot of space, and everything was crammed, and we didn't have a lot of outlets. So this reading room is going to be definitely much more open, as you can see there. We're going to also have shorter shelves, which will give us visibility, and it'll be airy and open. And we're really looking forward to you seeing it. So this part is something that we're really excited about. This portion was actually an idea that came from this community board. They wanted to see community space in the library, and we're really happy so this new library has a community room. So the community room is going to be really, it's going to be one large room, but it's going to have a divider so we can do different programs, small programs. And when we have large programs, we can open it. The room is going to be available for community use for absolutely free. We hope to host community board meetings there, community discussions for the elected officials that are on this call today. We really want to open it to you to do your forums, to have your town halls, for anything. So it's going to be a room that we really want to open up to the community. Again, it's free of charge, and it will be available as early as the fall. We'll have a meeting room reservation system, which we'll come back and talk more about when we open. And we really hope that people in the community really take advantage of this. And with that, I just want to let you guys know that the library is open now. We don't have, we are offering just partial service, and I'm going to pass it over to Alicia to talk more about what we're currently opening and doing at the Broward Park Branch.
I just have a quick question. Thank you so much for your part. I just want to get an assessment of how long your piece will be, Ms. Pritchard.
Very, very short, not long at all.
Great. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you. We're mindful of time. Thank you.
Okay, yes. So like Nyla said, we're very pleased to be in partnership with the Brooklyn Children's Museum. So currently we provide lobby service Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's where you can come and pick up your holes or drop off your materials and handle your library card and patron accounts. We are currently going to be in the community, connecting with the community over the summer. And we have coming up 2 events on Saturday. This Saturday, June 11th, we will be at Broward Park. We're going to have an outdoor event, which includes story time, a dog fashion show, and a performance. And on June 19th, we're partnering with the Friends of Broward Park to have an event for Juneteenth. So I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. Hopefully everyone could come by to these events. And I also can't wait for our new space. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pritchard and Ms. Rosario. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I'll stop sharing my screen. I don't know if you want to do questions now or at the end of the meeting.
No, it would be now. We don't want people to forget. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions?
Hi, I have one question. Michelle George, District Manager, Community Board 8. How large is the community room?
So the community room, I actually could get this exact square footage. I don't know if Alicia, if you have it, but we could probably get that to you. I don't have the exact square footage. And what I do want to offer, and it's something we want to offer a sort of a little a tease for all community board members. So if you're a community board member, please reach out to me. I don't know if there's a chat, but I could share my email, and I think we could share this presentation with the board, and you can reach out to us, and we can offer you a tour of the space. So again, that's only something that we're offering to community board members, and of course elected officials as well. But if you're interested in seeing the space before we open, we are going to be doing some tours of the space this month and next.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any more questions? Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you for that information. We look forward to that space.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Next up is Ms. Dawn Shuck, Outreach Coordinator with the Age, Blind, and Disabled Program at New York City Department of Social Services.
That would be me. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna share a screen, but in the interest of time, I'm gonna move through the not so important slides and I'll move to the more important slides. And I will make this presentation available. I'll send it to Michelle tomorrow. There's even a more in-depth presentation if anybody's looking for that as well. Okay, let's get this up. I shared. Did it not share? Of course not. Wait. There we go. Taking its time. And there we go. Okay. So as it said, my name is Dawn Shuck, and I am the outreach coordinator for the Age, Blind, and Disabled program for the Office of Citywide Health Insurance. My job is to do outreach and to ensure that everyone understands that they may be eligible for some Medicare or Medicaid programs. I'm going to switch to the slides that are the most important. So OCHIA is a part of HRA, the Human Resource Administration, and you see on the left hand of the screen are some core programs that we assist people with, and on the right side of the screen are some smaller programs that we assist more vulnerable, well actually HASA is huge, let me take that back. Other programs where we help individuals that are vulnerable. The Age, Blind, and Disabled program is for anybody over the age of 65, blind, certified blind by New York State, or disabled, certified disabled by, oh, my whole screen froze. I froze. I froze, didn't I? Yep, I froze. Okay.
We'll hear you though.
I froze. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you still see my screen?
We see, yep, there it is.
Okay. Okay. Of course it's not moving. All right, so I'm just going to run through it and I will make sure that you guys get this. What I want to make sure you know is that, again, anybody over age of 65, blind or disabled, could be eligible for any of several programs. Medicaid, Medicaid buy-in for people who are working with disabilities, Medicaid excess income. Oh, look at that. Now it's working. It hears me working. Okay. This is crazy. All right. Medicare and the Medicare Savings Program, which is what it's showing. Look at that. Next. Let's see if it'll go to next. No. Anyway. Okay. At the end, one of the things I want to make sure that you are important that you can check out is we have an app that's the New York City Access HRA mobile app. It's a good way for you to upload documents. It's a good way to read notices, find out how your case is doing. We also have an Access HRA website, which I encourage everybody to go to because it'll allow you to apply for certain benefits. There's a program that I want to talk about, the Fair Fares program. Oh, is someone doing this for me? Because I feel like this is the website, Access HRA. The Fair Fares New York City is the lower MetroCard fare. It's underutilized and it drops your price from $2.75 a fare to $1.35. So I encourage everybody to take a look at it if they can. And then there's a number, I'm hoping the slide comes up, that you can call. Right, let's see. Let's go. Okay. La-di-da-di-da. Keep going. This is not me being helpful with everybody's time. Thank you very much.
Not your
Okay.
fault. I mean, I do see a number there, 347. Is that the number? 396?
Yes, the 3 foot, yes, that's a number for facilitated enrollers. They will, they can help you, know if you're eligible for Medicaid or Medicare or any of the programs. They could also check for you and see how a case is doing. You, normally, they would see you in person, but because of COVID, they haven't quite gone back to the senior centers or anything yet. So everything really is being done over the phone. You can even apply for Medicaid over the phone. The only thing you would have to show in person or to give copies of right away would be your citizenship to prove that you're a citizen. At the bottom, you'll see Shauna Patrick is the Community Consumer Assistance Coordinator. She's the person you'd call for presentations, but also if you have any questions and you need a consumer that needs to be coordinated, assisted, or connected to somebody, my job is to strictly do the outreach. And then at the end, there are other resources that we make sure that we want you to have. They'll all be included in the presentation. This is the mobile app. Again, you can get it on Google Play or the App Store. And then COVID-19, the updates. So we encourage everybody to go to Access for any kind of updates related to benefits, food, and housing, because some of the things have already been extended. Anybody who's had Medicaid will automatically be renewed now until the end of the year. It was originally August. So things are still changing, and we want to make sure that you have all the information. There's a much longer presentation than even this, if anybody's interested in. I do CBOs, I do faith-based organizations, any of politicians, anybody who wants us, because I'm a resource chick, and I like to make sure that everybody knows what resources are available, because there's an assumption that people know what's available in New York City, and that's not necessarily the case. So I want to make sure always that we get this information out. And with that, I will be respectful of your time. And if you have any questions, please.
Yes, any
ask.
questions for Ms. Shook?
Yes, this is Ms. Ferris. I have a question. She said something about the assess something something about being underutilized. I don't know if it's accessoride or something with
Audrey, unmute. Audrey is the managing executive director of the program. She's also been with the program since its inception 20 years ago. Fair Fares is something that our deputy commissioner is now overseeing, and it is underutilized, as well as also the Medicaid buy-in for people working with disabilities is also a program that gets underutilized. It allows for a lot higher income, so we also like to make sure people are aware of that. But yes, the Fair Fares, if you go to Access HRA, you can look it up. If you meet the eligibility, I encourage you, again, because it knocks the price down from $2.75 a ride to $1.35. And that makes a big difference for a lot of people.
Okay, thank you.
Audrey, you're talking, but you're still on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so it's for people under 65 because people 65 and over can get the half price reduced Metro card. I also want to say that there's some new changes coming next year that we want you to be aware of. The Medicaid eligibility for people 65 and over and living with disabilities is going up. It's very low now. It will go up to the same as people under 65. So a single person will be eligible for Medicaid if they earn up to $1,563 beginning in 2023. The other key thing that will happen, among others, is that undocumented people who are 65 and older will be eligible for Medicaid. So that's a key one that we want people to know. Beginning in March 2023, people who are 65 and older and undocumented will be able to access Medicaid.
That's great. Any more questions? Ms. Muhammad, do we have anyone else?
No, I don't see any hands up.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Ms. Shuck and Ms. Diop, for
Thank
coming
you.
to our meeting
Thank you
and for
for
the great
having us.
information. Yes, and just make sure that we have your presentation in its entirety and all the other things that we would
Okay,
have it
we'll
handy.
send you many things. And
Yes.
Wonderful.
And
Yes.
question for you, do you have a physical location?
Yes, we do. We're on St. Mark's. Michelle, help me out, please.
1291 St. Mark's Avenue.
Okay, you know,
1291
we
St.
just,
Mark's.
we have brochures that we would like to make available, and we'll be
Okay.
in contact because we have them available in 12 languages. So that
Wonderful.
people can have information in the community.
Great.
Thank
So you
you.
can send it right to our district office. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Dr. Safani Joseph. She's the adjunct associate professor in the Sustainable Environment Systems program at the Graduate Center for Planning and the Environment School of Architecture at Pratt. And she will make a presentation on healthy homes. Dr. Joseph? Just remember to unmute yourself. Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Clearly, yes.
Okay, and you can see the full screen? Okay, perfect. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sophie. As I was introduced, I am an urban planner at Take Root Justice. I work in the Equitable Neighborhoods practice area, and I also teach at Pratt Institute in the School of Architecture. The presentation I'm sharing is part of Take Root's NYCHA Real Talk series. We have 3 workshop modules. Today's module is about healthy homes, but we also have one on RADPAC and infill, and I will drop a link later to the website that has all of these documents, and the presentations I'm sharing today are publicly available. Okay, so for mold, lead, and pests, just so you know that although I'm sharing today about, things that you can do personally, but at the end of the day, NYCHA is responsible for making sure that these issues are addressed. We're just trying to give you a heads up. So mold, lead, and pests are very common problems that are found inside NYCHA buildings. And likely it's because NYCHA isn't doing regular maintenance to get rid of them. And they can make you and your family very sick, as you already know. And some of those things are asthma, learning disability, chronic headaches. And these health effects include other long-term impacts that hurt your health, your family's health, long-term, short-term. It's really important in order to get NYCHA to address the neglect that they led to not fixing these issues for so many years, and also the fact that NYCHA residents face harsher impacts during public health emergencies such as COVID, because our health is already compromised with these mold, lead, and pest issues. I'll go into it into more detail or later if you want to have a conversation, but there are ways that we can organize to make NYCHA be held accountable. So some of the signs for mold in particular, mold can go anywhere there's too much moisture, like where there are leaks. So you can check under your sinks or in bathrooms where there are windows that are closed or where the vent is broken. It can also grow on hard surfaces like tile or soft surfaces like carpets and fabric. Furthermore, mold can be many colors. It can be many colors, but it's normally green, black, or white, and it often appears in clusters of dots. So you may have mold in your home if you feel sick, like chronic headaches, fever, sore throats, or you're having breathing issues. So if you see mold spores, so the clusters of black, brown, or green dots, or if you're noticing musty, damp smell. Areas that are constantly wet or dark brown, green spots. So just keep an eye out for what you're seeing visually and what you're also smelling. In terms of lead, lead is very different from all other types of pollutants. It's an invisible poison, so you can't see, smell, or taste it, but you can find it in paint, like on your walls or ceilings, and it can also get into your drinking water if your pipes are made of lead. You can't tell if your apartment has lead in it by looking at it. You have to get it tested by NYCHA to find out. So NYCHA is responsible for testing apartments, especially if children live there. So if you have children 6 years old and younger, they're the ones who are most at risk of lead exposure. But there are laws that say NYCHA must inspect your home. And so if you have a child living with you and you want more information, you can go to the NYCHA self-service portal to fill out that questionnaire and get yourself tracked to get tested. The third we're looking at is pests. So common pests. Pests are very common, unfortunately, in all kinds of homes, not just NYCHA. But in particular, some of the common pests that you may have already experienced are mice, rats, roaches, bed bugs, and other insects. They're attracted to food, trash, and moisture. Signs of them include seeing the pests running around, noticing signs of them like droppings, bites, and dead ones. You might even also notice chewed up food packages. The health effects of these three different pollutants include the mold, creating the allergies, the asthma, the breathing problems. It's also linked to the chronic headaches, and it's especially dangerous for children, the elderly, and people who are already sick or immunocompromised. In terms of lead, it's a toxicity. It's very toxic. It can cause all kinds of problems from anemia, kidney, nerve, heart, and muscle problems, and even brain damage. It's particularly dangerous to children, and even low levels of lead can hurt their development. So there's no safe level of lead. Any exposure is already dangerous. In terms of pests, it's just unhealthy. Exposure to pests can cause many problems like making the asthma worse and spreading other infectious diseases. But the pesticides people use to kill these pests can also be harmful to your health. So you have to be careful on both ways. Some of the things that you can do about it is to check moist areas. There are things you can do about it, but remember, NYCHA is always responsible for taking care of these issues. So we want to emphasize that. For the mold, just be aware of areas around your house that are usually moist, like the kitchens, bathrooms, and behind the fridge or the stove, and check them often for mold. Make sure your apartment has good ventilation to keep the things dry. Keep windows open when you can, and just know that mold on hard surfaces can be cleaned with antibacterial soap and water. In terms of lead, you need to get your apartment tested by NYCHA, especially if you have small children. For pests, again, there are some things you can do, like keeping your garbage in sealed bags or containers and taking your garbage out every day, storing food in sealed containers, but ultimately, again, keep the onus on NYCHA. Like we said, NYCHA is responsible for making sure you have a healthy home and removing mold, lead, and pests, as well as the things that are causing them. It's the law, but we also know that we need to keep them accountable so that they follow the law. Some of the ways that you can hold NYCHA accountable is to contact them directly. You can put a ticket in to NYCHA about your mold, lead, or pest issues. And if you have young children, make sure NYCHA knows about it. When someone shows up to do the repairs, make sure that you demand full repairs and that they get as much done as possible. You can also make demands that they complete repairs quickly. Make sure to keep a record of your ticket so that the maintenance that was done, anytime you contact NYCHA, that they can respond to you directly to that ticket number. When someone shows up to do the lead testing, ask for the exact level of lead in your home, especially if you plan on escalating the issue. It's important to know what the current status is. And so when I say escalate the issue, what I mean is if you're not getting serviced, what can you do? One of the organizations you can contact is the Mold and Leak Ombudsperson. So you can call them at the number that's on the screen or 1-888-341-7152. And then you can also visit, they have a website, ombnyc.com. And just generally, we just say keep a record of every time you talk to NYCHA, dates, time. And so this can be very helpful when you need to escalate either to the ombudsperson, and also next is the federal monitor. So another option for systemic issues that are going on, you can contact the federal monitor if NYCHA is not responding. So if you see like this is a repeat pattern, get in touch with the federal monitor. You can email them, the monitor at NYCHAmonitor.com. You can call them with the number on the screen. And then you can keep, if NYCHA still isn't solving these issues from your complaints to the monitor or the ombudsperson, we also need to work on organizing with your neighbors. And
We recommend that you do that by joining your local community groups. Being at this community board meeting is one way that you can do that. But also getting involved with your elected officials and making sure that they're involved in the process. Here at Take Root, we do encourage folks to join community organizations. But also if necessary, we have taken legal action in the past. We recommend taking advantage of publicly available resources. Housing Court Answers is one place that you can reach out. The phone number is on the screen. And if you are also interested in potentially partnering with Take Root Justice, feel free to contact me as well. Thank you so much for letting me present. I will close out there.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph. Do we have any questions for Dr. Joseph? No? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Ms. Ferris, did you want to
Yeah, I
say,
did.
okay, I just want to let everyone know, if you have a question, please raise your hand so
Sorry.
Ms. Muhammad can see you. So go ahead, Ms. Ferris.
She went so fast with the slide. It was one of the numbers that I wanted to write down, but I couldn't.
Well, let me just ask, Dr. Joseph, can you send this presentation to the district office?
Yes, I will reply
Okay.
in that email with that information.
Great. Okay, so Ms. Ferris, we can get that information to you, and you would have the time to really look through everything, okay? And everyone else would too as well, okay? Thank you.
Madam Chair, Audrey Tate Hall has her hand up.
Thank you. Ms. Hall?
Yes, I wanted to know, since NYCHA is turning over some of these housings to these private organizations, are they still responsible?
Are they still responsible? Were you talking about privatization? That's something that's still up in the air, right? We're organizing about that. That's part of the reason why residents are protesting, is the lack of clarity about what will happen to the buildings that are in transition. So my answer is, I don't have an answer. We're still fighting for that. I'm sorry that I can't be more clear about it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Muhammad? Okay. With that, Ms. Joseph, thank you so much for that information. We look forward to receiving your presentation, and
Thank
so we
you.
can disperse it. Thank you so much. Okay. Our last presenter, next and last, is Ms. Jeanette Castillo, Community Campaigns Coordinator with the Clean Energy Communities Program, will make a presentation regarding Solar One. Ms. Castillo?
Hi everyone. So I'm gonna share my presentation soon. Hold on.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay. Can everyone see the presentation? Right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Awesome.
now it's better. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to start off by saying thank you for having me, and I'm excited to give this presentation to everyone that's present here. So my name is Jeanette Castillo. I am the Community Campaigns Coordinator for Solar One, and I'm going to give a short presentation on home energy efficiency, why it's important, and what kind of programs or what kind of action you can do today to improve the energy efficiency within your home. So this is just like a quick agenda of what I will go over in my presentation. Why energy efficiency is important. I'll talk a little bit about one particular program from NYSERDA, one program from Solar One, and then I'll dive into a couple of actions that you can take personally today. So just to give a quick overview about Solar One and NYSERDA. So Solar One is a nonprofit organization. We focus on environmental education, workforce development, and we also focus on providing campaigns that help renters and homeowners in solarized projects. So NYSERDA stands for the New York State Energy Research Development Authority, and it's a New York State organization that provides innovative programs such as technical expertise and support to help New Yorkers increase energy efficiency. So why is energy efficiency so important? So one of the key things about New York City in particular is that they have committed to reaching net zero carbon by 2050. In order to do so, the city, alongside with NYSERDA, have developed a bunch of programs and campaigns, as well as funding opportunities to kind of like electrify homes and also increase renewable energy within the grid to kind of become, kind of transition out of fossil fuels overall. And so, and it all starts within the home. And I'll talk more about that in the next programs. So NYSERDA has this one program that I want to talk about that really gears more for renters, but it can also be applicable to homeowners as well. So Empower New York is a program that mainly targets low-income families, is specifically individuals that are enrolled in SNAP or HEAT or any other public utility assistance programs are automatically eligible to apply for Empower New York. Once enrolled in the program, you will be given a home energy assessment where a contractor will come to your home and provide you with a plan to improve your energy efficiency. Through the program, you will have free energy upgrades, whether it's like, for example, like what if your refrigerator is really, really old and is using up a lot of the energy inefficiently. One of the things that Empower New York has to offer is provide you with a whole new replacement of the refrigerator and freezer free of charge, as well as any other repairs or upgrades that your home needs. And as a result, you'll see automatic savings in your energy bill. So there are a couple of ways to figure out if you're eligible to apply for Empower New York. So one of the most basic stands of Empower is that you have to meet the household size and the annual or monthly income that is provided in the chart on the screen. Another way to figure out whether or not you're eligible to apply is using their geographical tool on their website using the QR code. So Empower New York has already designated certain geographical areas in New York City where already deemed eligible to for Empower New York. So once you go to the website, you put in your address and everything, it will tell you if you're already automatically like eligible for. And what that basically means is that if you're in those geographical areas, you don't have to submit like income verification documents to apply. The application will just be a lot more simpler and fast if you live in those areas. But if you don't live in those areas, you can still apply. You will just have to submit that income verification to see if you fit within the income eligibility guidelines in the chart. These are different ways that you can apply to Empower New York, whether it is calling the phone number on the screen or requesting an paper application to be mailed to you. I feel like the easiest way to apply is through their online application, which you can find on their website using the QR code on
What's that?
on the screen. I looked through the application online. It's very simple. It's very easy to fill out. I would say it will probably take you no more than 15 minutes to do so. But yeah, but in case you don't have access to the internet, again, like you can call the number or you can request a paper application. So the next thing I'm gonna discuss is one particular campaign that Solar One has right now called Barrio Solar. So this is more geared towards homeowners located in Brooklyn that own a 1 to 4 family house. You could also use the QR code to kind of learn more about their campaign or get in contact with the person in charge of the campaign. But basically, Barrio Solar is they do a feasibility analysis of your roof to see whether or not it's eligible to have rooftop solar. But if your rooftop is maybe too low or has like they'll explain more, but if they're unable to provide rooftop solar, they will also recommend having a community solar project. Another benefit of this program is that they advocate for fair pricing by looking to a buyer's club to reduce the overall cost. Some homeowners may qualify for a $3,500 rebate after their solarized project is completed if they fit the income requirement set by the program. So
Barrio Solar.
yeah. So the next thing I'll discuss is the New York City Accelerator Program, which is a program run by the Mayor's Office of Climate and Environmental Justice. So this is a program that's meant to assist homeowners, businesses, building occupants, and many more in energy efficiency projects through technical assistance. So technical assistance can range from guidance about, what your home needs, like what energy upgrade it needs, doing a free energy assessment of your home or your building, as well as talking about any financing opportunities but overall it's just to get you started in understanding what energy upgrade your home needs. Again, you can use the QR code or go to accelerator.nyc and you'll be prompted to the website to learn more about the other services that they provide. But overall, they provide free technical assistance. They're kind of just like a stepping stone into your energy efficiency journey. And they can go more into detail about like the actual bigger projects that you can do. So while also connecting you with contractors about any heating and cooling technology or any other type of energy technology that could be a benefit to your home. So the next one I want to talk about is Grid Rewards. So Grid Rewards is an app created by Con Edison to help customers complete energy challenges during demand responses events in the summer. After completing a certain number of events and based on your energy usage, you may receive up to $200 rebate at the end of the year. So these are just some of the steps you can do to download the app on your phone. Or you can also use the QR code to learn more about, how you can get a rebate. But this is such an amazing tool built from Con Edison that I feel like everyone should take advantage. But you do have to be the account holder in order to participate. So yeah, if you have any more questions, I'll be glad to answer them at the end of the presentation about this.
Let me just ask you, how much longer do you expect to be presenting?
This is my last slide.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, no, I have 2 more slides, sorry.
Can you have it done within 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so the next one is the Smart Energy Kit. Is also something that Con Edison provides, which is for families enrolled in the low income discount program. So the kit may include LED light bulbs, low flow shower heads, and more, all tailored to your needs. You can use the QR code to kind of like learn more about how you can request one for free to be mailed to your home. The last thing I want to discuss is the Energy Advisor tool. It's a website developed by NYSERDA to kind of just like help homeowners and renters and business owners fill out a quick surveys and be given a curated list, a personalized list of Con Edison or NYSERDA programs that they may be eligible to apply to help with whether it's to like rebate programs or assistance programs for energy efficiency within your home. And yeah, so it takes less than a minute to fill out, and it's a very useful tool. And then once you get the list, you can also email yourself that list easily. So I have a QR code on the screen. So for anyone who's interested in being in contact with me or want to learn more about some of the programs that I mentioned today, I'll be glad to answer any questions. So this is an easier way to like contact me or get like a copy of my presentation, which I can share directly to anyone that's interested. But yeah, I'm open to any questions or comments now.
Great, thank you. If anyone has any questions, can you please just raise your hand so Ms. Muhammad could acknowledge you? Okay, well, Ms. Muhammad?
Oh, I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, all right, well, thank you so much, Ms. Castillo. I believe that you sent the presentation to the board, to the district office. So we will be able to distribute that, and thank you for the code that you provided for those who could just capture it as we speak. So thanks again.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so up we want to acknowledge our assembly member, Zinnerman. Welcome. Assemblymember Zinnerman.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good evening.
Good. Thank you so much for such an informative presentations. Everyone who presented, I'm super excited about the library.
Yeah.
Can't wait to host some events there and come around for Juneteenth. So it really is great being a part of this community where so many wonderful things are happening, resources and opportunities. I'm walking out of Lowe's, so I think I can get on the camera now. So I wanted to report that tonight I went to Borough Hall to testify on behalf of the district about the cease and desist zone. There were probably about 25 people in attendance. We heard some really great testimony from residents in our community as well as in Bushwick. As you all may remember, my predecessor worked with Senator Kevin Parker to actually pass the legislation that led to the cease and desist zone. Currently, in our side of Brooklyn, only Community Board 5 has one, and they actually testified today that they are wanting to keep theirs and look forward to expansion. We all know the reasons why we need to protect ourselves from predatory developers. But there were a number of people there from the real estate or real estate brokers who don't want the cease and desist zone because they feel that it unfairly targets their industry and it's not, and they're not the bad actors. So this is some of the opposition that we will have. So I am asking you all if you have been targeted either by telephone, text, messages, mail into your home or in your gate, that you please share that information with my office so that we can get it to the state and collect that information. It's very important One of the things that I asked them for, I wanted to remind them that that our community in particular had been most impacted, which is why the legislation was passed. And a number of people have been displaced since that time. So we may not have the amount of data that we once had, but they should listen to the oral stories. They should look at the statistics into consideration as they are making this final decision. So I will keep you all abreast of that. The other thing I wanted to report on is I think you all know that we are in the process of reimagining the Armory on Marcus Garvey Boulevard. I know that it is in the Bed-Stuy section of the district, but we are hoping that 200 and, it's very big, I can't remember the exact number, facility can serve the entire 56 district. So we ask that you take the survey and help us reimagine what type of amenities should go into that facility. We want to get your feedback from the absolute beginning so that the community can decide what they want, and then we can go out and look for responsible partners to help us build our dreams. And so I'm going to drop that link in the chat for you. And lastly, on June 22nd, I will be hosting a housing event at Restoration. We are going to have representatives from NYCHA, and I'm hoping the regional administrator as well, to speak about the public trust and give people information about that and have them weigh in on how that's going to impact NYCHA residents. We're also going to have a number of different housing advocates come out and talk about what we should be doing to expand the affordability in our district. We're going to invite advocates as well as the Department of Housing and Community Renewal. We all know at this particular point that, our neighborhood has been the most gentrified in the last decade. And it is time for us to really look at all available options through legislation and otherwise, so that we're able to stay in our community, and certainly for those who are eligible and who want to own property at some point, and those who are wanting to leave and go somewhere else, maybe to consider a public trust or going to organizations like China to connect them with people who are interested in home ownership. So there are a number of different models that we want to talk about. And so we invite people to come out and weigh in and be a part of that conversation June 22nd at Restoration Plaza at 6 p.m. So I think those are the three things that I just wanted to cover for the evening, and really just want to underscore the need for your help and your continued engagement in making our community one that is one that we can continue to be proud of and that really speaks to our quality of life and values. So thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for being here and that valuable information. Okay, next up, I'd like to welcome Orlando Ross, who represents Congress Member Clark. Mr. Ross?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm not going to be before you too long. I just have two legislations that are very impactful to the community. I'm going to start off with the housing bill that from Assemblywoman Zimmerman was talking about from state. We now have something on a federal level. Representative Clark and Senator Gillibrand have now come together to do a housing legislation to invest $15 billion annually in affordable housing and to address outdated AMI formulas. It's $5 billion from 2023 to 2032. And this is how it's breaking down. They want to do something in the area of a housing trust fund to build affordable housing for renters and incomes at or below 30% AMI. The second $5 billion, the same time period, will be to home investment partnership programs, providing assistance to local governments and nonprofit developers in increasing affordable housing stock for low-income renters. And the final $5 billion will be 2023 to 2032, the Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Program, providing funding for block grants to state and local governments to support development of variable urban communities, primarily low and moderate income. I believe we did send this legislation information to your office. I will send it again so that you will have it. And there's one last thing. We all know that we're experiencing and seeing an uptick in gun violence. Congresswoman Clark just went down to DC to speak on and to vote to pass the Protecting Your Child's Act. This particular gun law will affect on a few levels, establish new federal criminal offenses for gun trafficking and related conducts, establish federal statutory framework to regulate ghost guns, establish a framework to regulate storage of firearms on residential premises at the federal, state, and tribal levels, and general prohibits the import of sale, manufacturing, transfer, and possession of large capacity ammunition feeding devices. Basically, the last one is to generally prohibit the sale of transfer of certain semi-automatic firearms to individuals under the age of 21 years of age. I will be sending this information out to everyone at CB8 at the community board level. And if you can try to disseminate it for us, that will be very helpful. Again, it was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see you, Madam Chair. And let the show continue.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And we absolutely will get that information out. Thank you for that great information. Okay. Thank you. So now we're going to move on to the reports from our committees. First up is Economic Development. Mr. Drew Gabriel.
The Economic Development Committee, we meet this coming Tuesday. It's going to be our last meeting for the summer. Welcome everyone to join us for that meeting, as we're going to be discussing or following up on our conversation on the open streets that's going to be on Nostrand Avenue. Tuesday, hopefully everyone else can join us. Thank you.
So much. Next up is Education and Youth, Nora Daniel. Is Nora still with us? Okay. So we'll move on. We'll move on to EST with Robert Widowax.
Thank you, Ms. Witherspoon. Again, for those who are new, EST is another one of our acronym committees. It stands for Environment, Sanitation, and Transportation. I'm the chair. Mr. Thurton is the co-chair, and we are having our final meeting of the board year on June 28th. On our agenda is sort of closing up what we've done for the board year, setting our agenda for the next board year, but we're also going to hear a presentation from the Department of Transportation on their open streets revisions, the way they're changing the infrastructure and configurations of open streets. We've had a couple in Prospect Heights. We've got a couple in Crown Heights that are going to be new this year. And so this should be a very enjoyable presentation. So please come on out on the 28th of June, the fourth Tuesday.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Widowax. Next up is Health with Kim Watson.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So last month at our Health and Human Services meeting, we invited Project Beach Street. They're a program in partnership with Planned Parenthood who gave our committee and community members a presentation on HIV/AIDS, the current trends, rates, preventive medications, options for testing, where mobile trucks are located. They provide their website where people can find out where their mobile trucks are if they wanted to also get tested for HIV/AIDS. But in addition to that, they also do testing and offer support for other chronic illnesses like sickle cell, for example. So we went through all of that. We found out in our Crown Heights neighborhood in 2020, we had about 650 new cases, more than 50% being males, about 30% of those cases being females. So we talked about that, saying that the numbers of new cases have gone down, but that people are still being infected, and what can we do to be more preventive as we, move into the future as a community. And our next meeting will be next Thursday on June 16th at 6:15 p.m. At that point, we're just going to be working on creating an agenda for the next year of our work together, and also thinking about what events or presenters we can have come in to share information with our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Watson. Next up is housing with Ms. Granville.
Good evening. I'm happy to hear Assemblywoman Zinnerman talk about the program to against the predatory real estate people, because we had quite a discussion about it at our May meeting. We had one particular community board member who was actually asked about selling her property, and when she politely declined, the response was anything but polite. So we understand exactly why such a law is needed. And I'm happy to hear that it was passed, that it was acted upon. The other thing we talked about was the fact that the COVID pandemic has had a very detrimental effect on small landlords. And we're especially concerned about our seniors, because if the tax structure is scheduled to increase as we're hearing, it will be a problem for a lot of senior citizens to maintain the homes that they work very hard for. And it would be a slap in the face to them, because they're the reason why we have the communities that everybody wants to come into. So we are concerned about that. And basically, those were the main topics of the meeting back in May.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And just remind everyone when you meet.
We meet the second Tuesday, and I'm saying it like that because I always get my second Tuesdays and my third Wednesdays mixed up. Second Tuesday for housing, and then veterans is, I believe, is the third Wednesday.
Okay, thank you. Since you mentioned veterans, I'll just have you make that report while you're here.
At our May meeting, we had a very nice presentation that was brought to us by the gentleman from Neighborhood Housing Services. And he gave a lot of information about the different programs that they have. And one of the programs they have is for veterans to be able to make improvements in their homes to make them more accessible. And you do not have to be service connected in order to get the money for improvements. And the consideration points, the brochures, some of the brochures are in the board office, and he sent the information out as well. And it's a good thing that for the most part, the sliding scale for eligibility is a little bit higher than it normally is. So I believe they're calling that program Home Help for Heroes program. And then there was a second program, an affordable housing grant program, which is for homeowners that live in Brooklyn. They have to be in a 1 to 4 family house, co-op or condo. And the money cannot be used for remodeling. It has to be used to address issues of deterioration or accessibility. And if they have any problems with violations, the money can be used to clear up the violations as well. The only disadvantage is that for the most part, for both programs, you would have to stay in your home for 10 years. And anyone who's interested should contact Mr. Tyrone McDonald or Miss Angela Cummings of the Neighborhood Housing Services.
Is that it?
Only other thing I wanted to
Oh.
say is that when our members get the minutes, they will see a more complete write-up on each program. And I thank Mr. Tyrone McDonald because he sent us a huge package of flyers for everything that they do. They also do a maintenance training program for homeowners. And hopefully that program will be offered at some point in September of this year.
Great. There's just so much we resources out there that we really need to hone in on for our veterans. So thank you so much. Okay, next up is Ms. Andrews with Parks.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Evening.
The Parks Committee met on June 7th. We would like to invite everybody to join the Friends of Broward Park on June 19th for Juneteenth. Their theme for this year is a celebration of Black fathers, since it's on Father's Day. It's going to be from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. near the Shirley Chisholm Circle. That's on the Kingston and Park Place side. They're going to have arts and crafts, storytelling, music, a food truck going to be out there. And as you heard earlier, the public library, they're going to be passing out books for the children, and many other events and vendors will be out there. So please join us and come and enjoy the festivities, and we look forward to see you there. Also, Lincoln Terrace Tennis Association is offering tennis lessons for children and adults. It's every Saturday from now until August. It's $50 for the children and $60 for the adults, and it's from 10 to 12. I have my granddaughter in that program. It's a very, very good program. Mr. Charles East is doing a very fantastic job with the lessons for the children and the adults. If you would like to fill out an application, I'm going to put his email address in the Q&A so you can contact him. We had our last meeting for this fiscal year. Our next meeting will be the first Monday in September. Thank you and have a good summer.
Thank you so much, Ms. Andrews. You brought some memories to me. I'm sure it wasn't the same people, but I actually learned as a little girl to play tennis in that park. So that's nice that that's still going on. Thank you so much. Okay, next person up is Mr. Thurton for Public Safety.
Hey, good day. This is Mark Thurton from Public Safety Chairperson. I want to welcome all our new committee members to Community Board 8. Welcome, guys. We have a lot of fantastic committees for you guys to join. Public safety is one of them. And what we also do is that we work together at times on different projects or different concerns, which is extremely important for us to collaborate. Public safety meeting, we had our last meeting on May the 23rd, Monday, May the 23rd. We didn't have any speakers, but we spoke about the situations. The 77th precinct gave their crime stats. We also had a discussion, probably a future collaboration with the seniors. We're possibly giving out pepper sprays to the seniors in the community, but that we'll work that out with the seniors committee as time goes on. Our next meeting will be on Monday, June the 27th. We meet every fourth Monday. It will be Monday, June the 27th. At that meeting, we're going to be having the PSA 2. That's the housing commanding officer. We'll be having him participating in our meeting, and it'll be a question and answer. So any concerns that we have with our housing complex, please definitely participate in that meeting, and voice your concerns, or give them recommendations, or also give them credit for what they're doing. So that's going to be on Monday, June the 27th by way of WebEx still. I'm not sure what's going to happen next year, But as of right now, our meeting will be on WebEx at 6:15. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up is Ms. Muhammad with the seniors.
Good evening. The Seniors Committee meets the first Wednesday of every month. We had our last meeting for the Community Board calendar year. We resume meetings again in September. Our last meeting was a fun meeting. It was game night. I'd like to thank the CB8 members who attended and/or made donations. Refreshments were served. We had games that the seniors really enjoyed. And we had attendance by both of our district leaders who not only showed up, but engaged in the games that were there and played with the seniors. We're looking for new members because it says seniors. I would tell people before, if you've received your AARP card, that means that you're eligible for membership with seniors. And again, we would like to make it intergenerational. And we've been partnering with the Local Development Corps of Crown Heights, and we've had 2 meetings that have been in person, and they were at 1055 St. John's Place, and that's between Brooklyn and Kingston Avenue. So we're also welcoming new members to come out and take a look and see if it's something that they may be interested in. So again, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Muhammad. So we're going to circle back to Education and Youth with Nora Daniel. Ms. Daniel?
Hi. Sorry about that. I had popped
No
off for a
problem.
second. Thank
No
you.
problem.
So we had our last meeting on Tuesday, and we had a good conversation about how we're going to move forward in the fall. We plan to reconvene probably in August in order to move forward on planning for communicating with the schools in the district. We plan to send them a letter and also to get involved with some back to school activities to really start connect with them and also spread the word about the Youth and Education Committee and our as well as the community board in general. Did anybody talk about the June? I know somebody mentioned earlier the Juneteenth event, but I don't know if we reiterated the call for volunteers.
You can do that. No one did. Thank you.
So there's the Friends of Broward Park is hosting a Juneteenth event. Our fellow board member, Marva Henry, is coordinating that as president of the Friends of Broward Park. And they have space for CB8 to table. So if anyone is, and we've got some folks who have a table, we have to get materials from the board office as well. But if there's anybody who'd like to volunteer, please email the CB8, please email Michelle and let her know so that we can put you on the list. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And lastly, SLAC, I just want to say that we are going to be meeting our next meeting at on July 25th for the summer. So that will combine both July and August applications for the restaurant for liquor permits. So again, that'll be July 25th. Normally, we meet the first Monday of every month, barring Labor Day. So come one, come all, we welcome you. I just really want to say I am so proud and thank the committees for the tremendous job that you have done. Really amazing. Your commitment is felt through the community. Just really great. I'm just really proud to be partners with you, just being part of this thing that we're doing, serving people. So thank you so much. I just wanted to know if anyone had any comments before we adjourn that they wanted to make at this time.
Madam Chair, Fiora Ortiz Joyner has her hand up.
Thank you so much. Ms. Ortiz?
Hi, Madam Chair. Thank you. I just wanted to mention to the community board and fellow guests on in the meeting that Crown Heights North Association, China, is holding its general membership meeting on Wednesday, June 15th at 6:45 p.m. at St. Gregory's the Great Roman Catholic Church at 999 St. John's Place, corner of Brooklyn Avenue. And the invited speaker is Frank Longobardi, Special Counsel to the Real Estate Fraud Unit, Kings County District Attorney's Office. We hope to see all of you there. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Great, thank you. I just also wanted to add with regard to Crown Heights North Association, well, China, as we call it, turned 20 this year. 20 years of serving the community, fighting for housing. They're best known for landmarking in partnership with LPC, and has managed to lead the effort in landmarking 3/4 of North Crown Heights. So right now, the last quarter is being worked on. So bravo. I just want to let you know that there are two events in that celebration coming up. We are going to be doing movie night at Broward Park. It will be showing Shirley Chisholm on Boss. So this is to familiarize, to remind others of the first Black Congresswoman who hailed from Crown Heights. So we're proud of that. And to really introduce her to some who have not heard of her or not too familiar. So that's movie night. It's going to be Friday, July 15th. And just look out for more information. We'll be sending things, distributing information to you all. And also, we're going to have a gala. That's how we're going to culminate our 20 years. And that will be at the Children's Museum. It's August 28th. So look forward for the details on that too. Thank you. Anyone else? Hey, I think we are done here. I just want to wish everyone a happy Juneteenth coming up. Happy Father's Day. Have a blessed and safe summer. We want to see each and every one of you. Please bring someone you know at the next meeting, and be well. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Everyone.
Good night.
Good night.